So we're on to the penultimate game of the Scottish football season, with the exception of Livingston and Ross County playing the Premiership playoff on Monday night as well. This is the Scottish Cup final between Celtic and Aberdeen. Both teams really hoping for a win for different reasons, of course. If Aberdeen were to win, not only would it be their first major trophy since the 2013-14 League Cup, but they would also secure themselves guaranteed European football next season, replacing Hibs from that current spot in third place, bumping them down to Dundee United's current predicament, who are in that predicament because of their result against Aberdeen on the final league game of the season. Celtic, of course, were they to win, they would get their 9th treble in their history, along with their 6th treble in something like 10 years, which is absolutely incredible. And Brendan Rodgers personally would continue his undefeated streak at Hampden, as would captain Callum McGregor, who both of them have never lost a cup final at Hampden, but Brendan Rodgers has never lost at Hampden, full stop. But before we get into the predictions, first of all, thank you to the new viewers and subscribers who are currently on the channel, especially if you viewed one of the recent videos. Thank you very much for checking the channel out. If you are new around here, please like and subscribe, and we're going to get into a little bit of a deep dive between the two teams this season before we get into the predictions. So, starting off with the last two fixtures in terms of the head-to-head. Celtic and Aberdeen have played against each other 5 times this season. The last two fixtures do not make for good reading for Aberdeen fans, unfortunately. Both occasions being a 5-1 Celtic win at Celtic Park just before the split, and at Pittodrie after the split. And the Pittodrie one in particular is pretty bad because it was a Celtic B team that done that to them. Aberdeen were maybe looking like they'd picked up some form a little bit just before the split, and it all kind of fell apart after the split, really. The confidence could potentially be on the floor. Celtic's confidence will be extremely high. It always is domestically, really, and they will definitely, in terms of the recent results in the fixture, be carrying more confidence with a 10-2 aggregate on their side. On to the previous 3 fixtures before those. Let's start off with the first fixture between the two. It seems like a lifetime ago now that we were talking about Aberdeen as potential not only third place candidates, but potential second or first place candidates. Back in this game against Celtic, Aberdeen were joint top of the league when it finished 2-2 at Celtic Park. Not only were they the first team to score into Celtic domestically, but they were the first team to take points off of Celtic domestically this season as well. And at that point, they were being discussed as potential second place or even first place candidates. I don't think it was ever realistic for that to be the case. You know, any key players picking up injuries, and it was always going to fall off eventually. And if you actually look back on it, Aberdeen had too many games that they were winning by 1-goal margins. They couldn't keep that up for the whole season, basically, and that's how it actually panned out. Of course, a few weeks later, Celtic exercised the demons of that of those drop points against Aberdeen and destroyed Aberdeen 6-0 in the League Cup semi-final at Hampden. And that is the point that some people look at as the turning point in Aberdeen's season, where their confidence hit the floor. I don't actually think this was the game. The game after that, they ended up winning quite comfortably. It was the 3-3 draw with Hibs at Easter Road, I think, was not only the turning point for Aberdeen's season, but the turning point for Hibs' season as well in that game. And then, of course, we go into the final game between Celtic and Aberdeen to cover, which was the game at Pittodrie. It was a really windy one. It wasn't a great game of football, but Celtic ended up coming away 1-0 winners in that fixture, as you could see in front of us. So in terms of the 3 games that Celtic and Aberdeen have played, the 5 games that Celtic and Aberdeen have played against each other this season so far, we have Celtic with an aggregate score of 19 to Aberdeen's aggregate score of 3. So it doesn't make for great reading for Aberdeen fans. And I think after the most recent game against each other, a stat came up that Aberdeen have failed to beat Celtic in 30 attempts in all competitions. So it doesn't make for great reading heading into the cup final. But Aberdeen will be hoping to pull off that cup upset. So, in terms of the game tomorrow, who do I think will come out victorious? Will Aberdeen win their first major trophy since the 2013-14 season and get that European football guaranteed? Or will Celtic get another treble? I can't look past Celtic in this scenario. I think they have all the confidence heading into this particular fixture against Aberdeen. Aberdeen's confidence is on the floor, not just against Celtic, but after the way that the post-split fixtures went for them. and I don't see Aberdeen picking up enough momentum to be able to pull off a cup upset here. So I am going to go for Celtic to win the treble tomorrow, and I'm going to go for a 3-0 Celtic win. Let me know if you disagree in the comments below, and if, as I said, if you are new around here, please like and subscribe. Please feel free to check out some of the other content on the channel, SPFL RTG videos, gaming videos, or the Scottish football and other football prediction videos as well. Feel free to check out the video that went live last night where I discussed the result between Livingston and Ross County, and I was actually present at the game. That being said, please like and subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll catch you in the next one.